Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is meal planning time. This is following yesterday's grocery haul video that if you watched it, you know that this was a lot smaller of a week. That's because last week, if you saw that one, we blew that budget out the window and then some. We backed up and drove over it a few times. That's how bad we blew it. So we're on track this week. This week, our grocery haul is a lot smaller. We stayed well within our budget. We do $300 a week to feed our family of 9 plus extras on occasion because we are a host family for Safe Families and we like to feed friends. It just happens. So yeah, a lot of things happen here, but in that $300, we typically try to stay under. This week, we were actually just under the $200 mark. We have $104 left over to carry us until next week. If there's anything we need to go get, which we do have to go get apples and lettuce at some point. But otherwise, whatever's left over just gets added into next week's grocery budget and we'll have that much more. So add next week's 300 plus the 104 if we don't touch it. There you go. Now this week is Valentine's Day and I don't care. I love my husband. In fact, him and I discussed that this morning again too and asked if we were doing anything. We went out for burgers the other day and kind of said this may be our only chance. Truth is, we're busy this week. There's a little bit going on here and there, but 3 of our 4 oldest children have TBQ meet, which is a teen Bible quiz meet this weekend. I have friends who are coming in from out of town from the capital we're gonna go out to dinner and do some stuff there. And it's just gonna be busy. So there's a lot more fast meals on here and it just works out that we didn't need that much more. So to my handy dandy notebook. Now let me flip back to last week so I can show you guys what all did and did not happen with that major budget busting week. So down here, I didn't even finish crossing stuff off apparently. So the cheesy cauliflower soup, we ate that. I just didn't cross it off and I don't have a pen right next to me at the moment. The regular tacos, that did not happen. Now that I'm not super concerned about because that is something we have on hand all the time. We use hamburger meat, refried beans, I add my own seasonings, and then taco toppings. The only thing that we would have to make sure we have on hand is tortillas, which we almost always have anyhow. That's something Sean can bring home with him. And if we don't have any, and I know I'm making tacos, I just call him and say, hey, grab some and bring them home. If he doesn't have any at the warehouse, he stops down at the store that he knows has them, that one of his guys stock, and he brings them home. So we've got that. So that will just fall in any other given week because we can make it at any time. French bread pizza, that happened. The curry chicken salad, oh my goodness, guys. That came out of the Magnolia Table Book. That was so good. I, however, like a fool, doubled the recipe because I thought I needed to for our family. Turns out I did not need to. That made a very large amount. And I only had enough mayonnaise for a single batch. So it was almost on the dry side. Then I had ordered more mayonnaise, so I got here the next day. So we were all just adding extra mayonnaise to ours as we ate it. And yes, I have to order our mayonnaise because we get the Hellmann's or Best Foods vegan mayonnaise. And sorry, I'm trying to figure out why one of my children is making sad puppy dog eyes at the puppy dog. Guys, I have teenagers. Okay.
Dog gives you puppy dog eyes.
So she's seriously staying off to the side, making like the most pitiful, sad little eyes. And she's having a puppy dog eye competition with the dog. So that curry chicken salad, absolutely amazing. It made so much though. For our family of 9, I do not need to double that recipe. A couple of the little kids weren't sure that they liked it. It has slivered almonds and water chestnuts in it. Our oldest said she wasn't a super fan of the nuts in it. So not everybody was eating it. I definitely did not need to double it. So there's my tip on that. If you make the recipe, just start off with a single batch. You can always go back and make more if you need to. But yeah, the spicy Dr. Pepper pulled pork, that I made last weekend for our fence party. And it ended up not being done until supper rather than lunch. It was phenomenal. Not only did it feed everybody for supper. Now, mind you, there is our family of 9. We had another family of 9 who had 4 extra kids with them, plus another family, technically it's a family of 4 plus 1. There were several little kids in that mix. And so the little kids ended up, a lot of them ate pizza because we had pizza for lunch instead. But that many people, and we still had leftovers for half the week from that pulled pork. And it was good. So I'm gonna give huge recommendations for that Pioneer Woman recipe. The potato soup, that also didn't happen because, guys, I already mentioned the curry chicken and the pulled pork made so much food. The pulled pork it lasted a good chunk of the week. The curry chicken, I actually think there might be another helping or two worth left in the fridge now. I've got kind of limit on the leftovers and how long we keep some of that stuff if it's got meat in it. So it's on its last day or two, but I have a feeling it will be finished, but it has still lasted us. So I didn't have to make the tacos or the potato soup or any of that. And like I said, we also ended up buying pizza because of the fence building party. It just went to us blowing the budget. Okay, now that I've said all of that, here is what's on our meal plan for this week. So as you can see, I've got the next 3 weeks here. This week is completed. The next 3 I'm still working on. Top of the list is biscuits and gravy. Sorry, my eye itches for some reason. I don't know why, I don't have any makeup on. That one, I picked up the Jimmy Dean sausage for. One of our daughters has been requesting it. And I just realized we have had an excess of Bisquick in the house for some time now, because a while back, if you've been watching my grocery hauls for a while, you know that there was some miscommunication with Sean and I, where I would put pancake mix on the list, meaning a Krusteaz protein mix that did not have eggs in it. They've since added. And he kept buying boxes of Bisquick. So I thought this is the perfect time to make biscuits and gravy because I can make biscuits with it. And our 16-year-old made griddle cakes for supper and used an entire box of Bisquick. I don't know if I have enough to make the biscuits now. So I'm gonna have to check the dates on that meal. This one might have to get bumped to next week. We've got the meat. As long as that's gonna be good, I may have to just get more Bisquick next week. So, don't you love those things when you realize it? Brats and hot dogs. I had Sean go ahead and pick up the brats and the hot dogs. This is just a fast, easy meal. We'll either pan fry them, or if there's a day decent enough worth being outside, we'll fire up the grill and cook them outside. Grilled cheese, that is a fast, easy. This is something, because there's gonna be so many days this week where I'm gonna be on the go too. Any of the big kids can help with several of these meals. So they can make the grilled cheese on the griddle at the kitchen counter if they need to. Egg sandwiches. This is something that a couple of them can make. They do prefer that I make them. I don't know, for some reason they've decided that mom can do it better. And we'll figure that out. That is something our 5-year-old cannot eat because of her egg allergy. I don't eat it either. And our 14-year-old avoids eggs. She just always has. Lentil soup is something I put on here because it is cheap, it is easy, and I can just throw it all in the Instant Pot and go. I love that option. I can flavor it however I want to. And again, cheap was kind of the theme this week because I've got to make up for that budget issue. And then Little Caesars is on the list because our kids have been excited for it. And when the meet happens this next week, we are probably going to be eating at least one meal on the go. So $15 worth of pizza is what the plan is now. So obviously that $104 that's left over, some of that's going to go towards that pizza. We will probably end up getting that when we're headed to the church. Friday night, they usually do activities for the teams that come in from out of town. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog whining there. I don't know what he thinks he's wanting. So that's why that's on there. Since we did just have pizza this last weekend and the week before, normally I would have waited. You get to see the reflection behind me now. Our oldest is letting the dog out and hitting the chair.
Sorry. You don't know now.
So, there it is. It's honestly a simple meal plan this week to go with that simple grocery haul that we did. Honestly, the biscuits and gravy and then the brats and hot dogs were the biggest things. Those were probably some of the bigger expenses this week as far as the grocery haul goes. And now I don't even know if the biscuits and gravy is happening. So I might have to go ahead and swap and put those regular tacos back into this week. And like I said, bump that one down. So we'll see how I rearrange next week. Or if I keep everything else as is. It's going to be a very filling week from the looks of it. And there you have it. that is our meal plan. I try to keep things pretty simple. Also, really quick, if you're new here, so I do this weekly. I only write down 6 meals. That is because it never seems to fail. There's at least one day a week where either we're just eating leftovers or we're on the go and just don't have that. So I only write down 6. There's a lot of weeks where it seems like I only make 5 of them anyhow. Don't ask me why. I only write down 1 meal a day too, even though we homeschooled, because we do typically have leftovers or quick foods. So the fryer chickens that we cook in the Instant Pots every week and shred, we have those for sandwiches throughout the week. There's a lot of other things, some of the convenience foods you do see us get from time to time. That's what we do for lunch. Breakfast in our house is fast and easy. We usually do cold breakfasts. Yeah, that's right. And we just keep things simple that way, other than oatmeal and stuff. So I guess that's not actually cold. But the kids get to do what they want for breakfast, but they know what the limits are. And that's how we do our meal planning. And then I write this out. I have the week ahead of time before I do my grocery shopping for the week, either on Friday or Saturday typically. And then I try to get some stuff ahead of time figured out. So that way, if there's certain ingredients that, like say this week, I knew that we were spending a lot less, I could go ahead and pick up 1 or 2 items for next week that will hold over, or I just sit on that cash. It works either way. Either way, this is really helping our family to budget and stay on track. And how I can feed our family of 9 for under $300 a week in an area that is not cheap as far as food goes. And we don't always have the best access to produce. So there's that. Anyhow, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this meal plan and that you got something out of it. If you have any questions or comments, leave that in the comment section down below. In the meantime, I hope that you're having a blessed day. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss everything coming up next. I will see you in the next one.